Drake has been making headlines once again, but this time, it's not for a new album or a chart-topping single. The rapper is making waves by taking legal action against two of the biggest players in the music industry, Universal Music Group, UMG, and Spotify. The legal battle centers around the release of his track, Not Like Us, which has sparked controversy over distribution and rights issues. The situation began when Drake released Not Like Us, a highly anticipated song that many fans were eager to hear. However, things quickly took a turn when Drake accused UMG and Spotify of mishandling the song's release, creating a situation that has now escalated into a lawsuit. Drake claims that the two companies acted without his permission and violated his rights as an artist. Specifically, he is upset about how the song was distributed and the lack of control he had over the process. UMG, one of the largest record labels in the world, has been at the center of this dispute. Drake argues that the label acted outside the boundaries of their contractual agreement. He alleges that UMG did not adhere to the proper procedures for song release and failed to get his final approval before distributing the track. This has led to significant tension between Drake and his label, which is now part of the legal action. Spotify, on the other hand, has also come under fire. Drake accuses the streaming giant of promoting the song in a way that violated his rights. The artist claims that Spotify made the track available on the platform before he had signed off on its release, making it a premature drop without his consent. Given Spotify's enormous influence on how music reaches audiences today, this misstep has been a point of contention in the lawsuit. The timing of the song's release also plays a crucial role in the legal case. Drake has made it clear that he did not intend for Not Like Us to be made public at the time it was. Fans who were eagerly waiting for new music from the rapper were caught off guard by the sudden and unapproved release. This has added fuel to the fire, with Drake claiming that the lack of control over his own music release has harmed his brand and reputation. What makes this situation particularly interesting is the power dynamics at play. Drake, one of the biggest artists of the past decade, is taking on two of the most influential entities in the music industry, UMG and Spotify. His decision to go after these companies could have far-reaching implications not just for him, but for other artists as well. If Drake's case sets a legal precedent, it could shift how artists engage with record labels and streaming platforms, especially when it comes to having more control over their work. For Spotify, the lawsuit could have significant consequences for how it handles future song releases. The streaming giant has already faced criticism from various artists who feel that they don't get fair compensation for their work. Adding legal complications into the mix could hurt Spotify's relationships with artists and labels, especially as more musicians demand better terms and greater control over their music. UMG, too, could face a ripple effect if Drake's legal battle is successful. If the court rules in favor of the artist, it could lead to more scrutiny on how record labels handle the rights of their signed artists. It might also encourage other musicians to take a more active stance in overseeing their releases, forcing labels like UMG to reconsider their processes. The lawsuit has also raised questions about the power of the artist in the modern music industry. With streaming platforms and major labels controlling much of the distribution and marketing of music today, many artists feel like they are at the mercy of these giants. Drake's legal action highlights this imbalance of power and challenges the system that has long existed in the music world. His case could serve as a wake-up call for both labels and streaming platforms to reevaluate their relationships with artists and potentially offer more autonomy. As the lawsuit unfolds, many are watching closely to see how it will impact the industry. Will Drake come out on top, or will this be just another example of the music industry's complex web of power struggles? Whatever the outcome, it's clear that the legal action over Not Like Us is far from a typical industry dispute, and its ripple effects could change the way artists interact with their labels and streaming services in the future.